What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of my Brandenburg Let's Play, where we're fighting a dramatically far too long war against the Spanish. And I've started another war in an effort to have something to spend our admin on while this extremely long war plays out against the Spanish. It is what it is, far from ideal. Brunei is sending some troops, he's transporting some troops around, that's interesting, 22,000, which I'm not too worried about. My concern, of course, is our massive amount of admin, and I think, honestly, teching up is the way to go. That's what I think. I don't know what our last idea will be, because we're not doing so well in military and Diplo, so I think it's inconsequential. But if we're going to spend admin, I guess it should be on our idea while we can. Obviously, the downside is that it's relatively inefficient, but it is what it is. It is what it is. I'm doing my best. So we're transporting some troops out here to assault his capital, right? Where are you? There they are. And adding these provinces that we convert to our trading companies. Hoping to 100% this guy, I suppose. If we did 100% him, it would take very long. That's the downside, obviously. So I'm most likely not going to 100% him. Although I'm almost positive that we could, if we separate pieced Brunei first. Well, it is over 100 overextension, so that makes me feel a little bit better about not doing it. Let's get onto his capital, ruin his enthusiasm, and just take some stuff to spend our admin on, right? If we look at the trading area, we'll at least get all of the Malakias region, I suppose. The other thing, guys, in terms of, for anybody who thinks I'm going to be able to conquer the world or anything like that, a lot of people have been saying I could. Not at this stage, we can't, guys. Like, look at China. There's so much of China. But we're going to be doing our best, for sure. There's just so much to do. So next month we're losing some admin. Feels bad, man. We don't have inflation to reduce. I could develop. We don't need that, do we? What does it give us? Nothing we need. I could develop instead, which doesn't do much for us either at this stage. Okay, we got a navy incoming. So where's Brunei's fleet? What are you doing with this, buddy? Where are you going? Nice. Finally took a fort from Spain. But we're going to need to take one more fort down here before we can jump onto his capital, Toledo. And it's taking its sweet, sweet time, if you know what I mean. Nice, and we can catch this stack out of position. So let's do some work here in the jungle. It's just a 3,000 stack. Well, either way. He actually charged into us, which I think was a mistake. He was trying to back up his little force. That's good. Demoralize him a little bit there. We finally took Valencia, which means we can make our way out to Toledo. So let's do that. And I think we just removed our general here. Yeah. Okay, we'll take, I guess let's roll another general. Might as well. Doing quite poorly in... Nice, he's got siege as well. Excellent. Oh my gosh, that's a good one, man. 5652. Damn. Finally, that army tradition giving us some swagger generals. Aha! That makes me feel a bit better. Taking it for -5 as opposed to +5. And I guess, I don't know. We could try get a colonist to flesh out some of our regions, like Africa. That's something we could do. For fashion, for no other purpose apart from fashion. I don't really see what we could be doing with our ideas. Try give me some suggestions, guys, but by the time you see this, I might have already made the decision. I wonder what could help us. We can't really spend anything. That's the thing. Like maybe I could get away with spending 400 Diplo on that, but at the moment we have the most admin out of anything. But that's not a good thing. It's a bad thing. We're trying to get rid of our admin. So pretty awkward spot. Okay, let's go blockade this straight here, and his fort is only fort level 1, so I think we're going to take that out really quickly. Feels good, man. Lol, this guy's not got no cannons on the stack, and even though the garrison's not very high, he's progressing really poorly. That makes me chuckle. I noticed the game is the most laggy when you open the trade. Even on my new beastly computer at this stage of the game, lags out like that. Recording obviously slows it down as well. But that's the issue I had on my previous PC. When I would open the trade in the late game like this, when so much is going on, it would just be horrible. It would take a good, you know, like 25 seconds, or maybe that's an exaggeration, but it would take too long. Let's put it that way. No idea what the Brunei troops ended up doing. So England can be integrated in 3 years' time if we can manage to get the relations with him. It looks like the forced union is giving us 33 per year. And backwards monarch. We are gaining improved relations over time. So I guess with an influence and putting a diplomat in there would be pretty close to getting the maximum relations with him. I'm really hoping that Toledo progresses like on the first tick or so, you know? Let's have a look here. Yes, good stuff. So hopefully that will not take too desperately long, and we're progressing really nicely on the capital there, even though I think it's our first month. We're just so beastly at sieging down a fort level 1 while blockading the coast. So after buying that tech, we bought ourselves quite some time. Oh, I wonder if we'll win that. We are outnumbered there. We've got a discipline general. We get -1 to rolls. Doing my best. Easy. Easy. Aha, and I saw imperialism against the Iroquois. So I think the Iroquois ended up defecting from rebels. Because poor 13 colonies was just a little bit in over his head. I think these guys have been at war with each other since the beginning of time, man. Do you guys remember, like, episodes ago where they were at war with each other? They're just not piecing each other out. Maybe another war has started. I don't know. Nice. Toledo is getting wrecked. We're working on it nicely. Very good. Yeah, so I was saying we did buy ourselves some time by getting the admin tech in terms of being desperate to spend all of our admin. How happy is Cologne nowadays? Plus 31 while at war. That is so grim, dude. That is so grim. Feels bad, man. I'm not sure we're going to be able to form Germany, guys. The whole purpose. I think, in terms of making us big and powerful, the strategy that I kind of devised in the early stage of the game, in the prelude even to this series, was overall a success, but at the same time it was not a success, if that makes sense. In the sense, haha, we can get a merchant here now. I completely forgot. it was overall a success, but at the same time it was not a success in the sense that we could have been way more powerful as the Emperor. But pretty much, in another sense, it was a complete failure, right? Because we didn't actually form Germany. So, feels bad, man. Now that, after adding that, is going to give us an additional merchant. I'm pretty sure. To our trading company, yes indeed. I could have had an additional merchant in the previous episode. So our options are to get like 6+ ducats a month from Venice, which is probably a pretty good call. By collecting. Or sending more wealth through India once again. And I think Venetia is the way to go. Collecting in this end trading node. If we fully annex Hungary, he's got like 12% of that, and I plan to fully annex Hungary here when our truce is up in 3 years' time. Okay, I just want to get as much war score as I can against this dude. Pasai. Oh wow. I don't know if we'll be able to stack wipe him, but he's not going to like this, getting hit up there. Is he just retreating back and forth? Nope. Unfortunately, his fort level 1 capital doesn't provide any resistance to his maneuverability, maneuvering around. Now, taking Toledo is going to wreck all of his ticking war score that he's accumulated, which is a full 25. It's going to give us some war score for the capital, so it's going to give us over 50 war score, I think, right? Or am I crazy? No. It's going to give us about 30 war score, but then it's going to begin ticking. I probably want to continue sieging up his land, to be honest, because I want a large amount of war score from him. Trying to keep these diplomats preoccupied. The Spanish have a scary fleet there. Let's keep our fleet stationed. So our relations were maxed out with Austria, it seems. Shoot, man. And at plus 23, at least he's in the positive. Do you know what I'm saying? Oh, God. So Frankfurt is somebody who I forgot about, and we haven't improved relations at all with him. Let's buffer some relations there. I hope he's not successful out here, the bastard. We can drop some manpower from the Pope now that our stability is 3. I'm happy to do that. He might overcome us here, guys. God dang it. I think that might be a stack wipe. L depression. Okay, I just got punished a little bit. Now he might. No, he can't. He can't block us there, but we can block him. Let's mobilize our navy here to try to prevent him from stack wiping us. Ah, he can't go through the fort. Okay, we're safe. Phew. But it was still painful nonetheless. It was extremely painful because our manpower is so depleted. I want that ticking war score from Toledo ASAP. Plus 3 discipline advisor to replace our previous one. Perfect. Our corruption is about to be down to 2. We've got so much money, guys. Let's just smash it out. Get rid of that damn corruption. Once and for all. Okay, we've got to be using these diplomats, though. So I'm going to probably begin integrating Great Britain as soon as we can integrate him. And I don't mean when it becomes available, I mean when we get the 190 relations with him. Because I doubt we can integrate him before we could please Austria anyways. If that makes any sense. Okay, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good amount of war score to be tookified. Let's see if we can push it a little bit further. Because we're in no extreme hurry. No, you know what? I'm actually satisfied with this. Aha, we did push it further just by sitting on his fort there. I should be satisfied with this because we can go into another country around in the region. We've got a lot of fleet, etc. I think it might be more efficient to declare another war. We can't fully next him anyway, and we got to deal with Brunei, which is just going to take forever anyway, so there we go. Keep some of the forts in the area. We don't need 2 here. Let's get rid of the fort level 2. Alright. Brandenburg expands. Now, anybody else that we declare on, we have to make sure that they don't share core. There, we've got a truce with Brunei anyway, and I just annulled his alliance with this dude, so I think we're going to declare on that dude next. Coming up. We got to make sure we have some troops around to stabilize. Sick. This guy's 50% cheaper. Let's hire a theologian who's 50% cheaper as well. Saves us, that was like almost 20 ducats a month, I think, that we just spared ourselves. Yep. I think I'm going to begin working on this guy. We'll fully annex him, and that will give us full control over the Philippines by the looks of things. Which will be another merchant. Pretty cheeky. Cheeky merchant. Everybody likes a cheeky merchant. Finally took Toledo. So that was worth over 25 war score. We now have taken war score. Just not enough though, dude. Not really. Wow, this guy's got a tremendous amount of troops. I'm going to wait for my subjects to be more subjects poised and ready to go. Yeah, so with that in mind, just waiting, I think we'll have 1 stack here stabilizing. South Africa is really stable, right? I think for now. We have 1 stack ready to stabilize this region when we take it from Spain. The other one, send some additional troops out here to actually do something. These rebels probably aren't going to spawn for a little while. So where's my better navy? It's right here. Okay. Alright, I'm going into this fall. So where is his capital? Right there. Gonna need to take forts in every sort of part of his country, I'm sure, to be able to fully annex him. But fortunately his fort level doesn't seem to be that high. yeah, despite having colonized the entire Philippines, this guy's a complete pushover. Which is what I want to see at this stage. Because we're so far ahead in our admin, it's actually quite embarrassing even, I would go so far to say. Fort level 2, fort level 3 on his capital, that's what I'm talking about, dude. Feels good, man. I'm a little bit hesitant, guys, to sit on Granada there at Mountains Fort. This damn Spanish. I think I'll go for Lisbon instead. The Spanish, their ideas are not bad at all, you know? They're really not. They have 15% moral of armies, that's 5 less than us from ideas. And they have 5 discipline, that's the same as us from ideas. The advantage that we get, of course, is the 5% morale and the 20% infantry combat ability, and the army tradition, etc. Yep, that can stay there to stabilize the region. Now we're losing 85 ducats a month, but we're, yeah, hopefully within like a year or so we'll have no more corruption to deal with. And we'll be in good shape. .68% overextended. So there's no way we're piecing out the Spanish prior to our overextension disappearing. And what I intend to do is piece out this guy. We'll see how we feel though. So we got plenty of time to be fighting this war against the Spanish. Considering I don't have the troops here to siege down Lisbon. I'm gonna go for these unoccupied provinces. That shouldn't flip back, in theory. 1777, guys. Uh-oh. Time's running short. Poor guy, -2 to rolls. Stack wipe. We barely stack wiped him, but we did. Ah, poor guy, he's done. This guy's so done. 30% war score already ticking. So in order to fully nix him, we're going to need provinces on the Philippines. I think we just need one here to take the whole region, but you know, he doesn't need to be so demoralized that he will allow us to fully nix him. And looks like these islands don't have forts, so we can take that. Yep. It's essentially just the Philippines, but... Oh, it wasn't a stack wipe. There we go. I thought he did last a little bit longer than I would have expected for a stack wipe. But there we go. It ultimately resulted in a stack wipe. Very nice. Spanish enthusiasm will be garbage because of these particularists, who I would prefer to not fight if possible. Try to utilize our subjects. I'm just kind of staying behind them while we siege down Galicia. Okay, try to repair our fleet a little bit. Well, hang on, just the damaged ones. Try to maintain the siege progress as well. The blockade, in case we were lucky there on an early siege. Good old subjects, do you know what I'm saying? The subjects, the empire. Beautiful. Okay, we took Galicia, which is good. He's got 5 heavy ships. Just gonna retreat from this. Uh-oh. I didn't see where we just converted the province. God dang it. I do not know. Should we core a province and not convert it to our religion? I think we might have cored a province. I'm not sure. Too much going on, not paying attention. Nice, got some Diplo there. So it might actually be time to peace out the Spanish, guys, before Tidor, or however you say their name. Yeah, I think we caught up one of these provinces. It wasn't our missionary. Okay, let's run over to the Philippines. Now, this island we need to siege as well, because it's definitely not part of the Philippines, in the sense that it's not one unified landmass. I think I'm going to let my war score tick here, guys, and, you know, we can get a little bit of war score from battles, etc. But his enthusiasm is so bad, we could already piece him out for like 80%, I'm sure. I don't want to sit on this fort here, because I'd have to watch that really well, and I'd rather not engage in either of these stacks. So I'll let my subjects just mess around with him. We got ticking war score going. But we can pretty much piece out the Spanish for a lot, most of what I would want already. And with the ticking war score going, we're good. So I think, considering how things are going, we're probably going to piece out this guy here, Tidor, however you say his name. No, wrong guy. Ternate. We're going to piece out this guy. Oh, so it's just Sulu. Apparently, he will give us the Philippines, so let's siege this up here. We're going to fully annex him, that's my prediction, but I might change my mind. And then, after fully annexing him, we'll wait for it to core up and then piece out the Spanish. Even though it's a little bit overkill, it's quite difficult to orchestrate everything at the same time. Especially when you're being lazy about your approach. Very close to coring up the sort of Indonesian land that we took. And I would like to be ready to peace out already. Sieging down this at a record speed. Very nice. Yeah. That's what I thought. For some reason it was only showing us one modifier, so we're going to have to take one more fort, and then we'll see how close we are to the full annexation. I don't think we're going to have to siege up all of his provinces. I think that if we take this and then we stack wipe his troops, he'll probably give it to us, his whole country. So our truce ended with the Ottomans. That is another war that I'd really look forward to fighting. I know that demoralizes him even more, sitting on the fort there. So I changed my mind, I am going to do that. Okay. Getting pretty good control over the Moluccas, however you say that. And about to get some more once we piece this guy out, but we're also going to have like complete control over the Philippines. I'm not going to add it until we've cored and changed the religion to a trading company, I mean. But I think we're about to get 2 more merchants for free, which is going to help our poor little economy out. Okay, that's a fort level 2. I would assault that if we were given the opportunity to assault it. And we just caught everything up, so I'd really like to peace out now. The other alternative we have is to do Spain right now. So I might do that. That's 97% overextension that we've already got selected. What I'd like to do is go around and look at the Spanish islands that don't have forts on them. That we can just take freely. So let's go see how much we can take. Yeah, the Spanish are ready to go, so why not? Let's get the truce time reducing. Okay, damn it. One of these had a fort. It's that. Okay, similar situation with Portugal. I really have no idea where 100% of everything that he has is. But that was a pretty good job, I think. And now we know that Wake has a fort on it. Take that guy, doesn't have a fort. So that's 104 overextension. I wonder, 99.6. Look at that, that's pretty good. Now we have some, but it's about to go away. Okay. You know what? I want as short as truce time as possible. Boom. Look at that. Brandenburg in Italy. Looking pretty sweet there. So we're 7% over, and I don't think it shows. Oh no, what? We're going to be 2%, 0.2% over, I think. How did I mess that up? Something's giving us 0.2, which is not that province. That's the thing. Ah, oh, god dang it. Like, it's these. It's these. Shoot, man. We need to be at peace to hand them off. Ah, oh, that's so annoying. God dang it. Mistakes were made. Too many overextensions this game. Trying to push it to the maximum. Yeah, we're gonna be 100.2, I think. Lol. Look at that though. That feels pretty good. The land that we just took from the Spanish. Our truce is coming up soon with the French, but I think we're gonna maneuver these troops over to go into the Ottoman Empire. Now, the other thing to consider, guys, is the annexed subjects. For the first time, we haven't annexed a subject lately. So, we will get +3 Diplo reputation, which is nothing to scoff at in terms of liberty desire with Austria, etc. So what I'm looking here is how much overextension it's going to give us if we are going to be overextended. I could do this and finally be at peace, but let's wait till this one little province cores up, just to make sure. I'm pretty sure it's worth exactly 7 and we're going to be 2 over. Yeah, it's a shame. We're overextended again, which means quite some unrest again. The size of the rebel stacks will be increased. Again, far from ideal. Ah, nice, nice. It doesn't tell you the fractions here that beyond the decimal point. So that's what I thought. I thought that these weren't giving us any overextension, and it turns out I was right. Thank goodness. But I certainly doubted my knowledge there when I saw that. Fantastic. So we're not overextended. We just took 99+% war score worth from the Spanish. I can add anything he's converted, which appears to be nothing actually, to the Trade League there to help us with unrest. We got some troops poised to help with unrest. South Africa is ours, officially. And he's under two more wars now with our imperialism. We can overextend to fully annex the Spanish. I want to focus on West Africa, if possible, next war against him. And rapidly increasing our influence here in Southeast Asia as well. So doing my best, guys. Still regret the fact that we were not able to fully annex Portugal, but at the moment it looks like he is holding on to his colonies, which means hopefully we can just go in against him when we declare on France in around a year or so, fully annex him and get Portuguese Louisiana and Cuba. That's the and Australia for that matter. That's the plan. Hope you guys are enjoying. We're going to get a ton more wealth when we increase our influence in this region and in the Philippines. Feeling good, man. It's only time is the issue. This is going to be such an epic fail, man. You guys got to give it up. At least this is a real Brandenburgian playthrough, okay? Not many people who start as Brandenburg in the year 1445 are Brandenburg in 1778. And who knows, guys, we might be Brandenburg until the end of time. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. And I hope you're enjoying. I'll see you next time.